Chapter 2, Hope's Point of View. No, this can't be happening. It was just a nightmare. Please, Moon Goddess. I closed my eyes and counted from 5 to 1. 5.
Oh, Max.
4.
You want to sleep in my room tonight, babe?
3. Of course, honey. 2. The moaning begins again. 1. My tears began to flow. I opened my amethyst eyes, but the view is still the same. My mate's arms wrapped around a woman's waist. She has long, curly blonde hair, a slender body, and is well dressed. Very far compared to me. It hurts. Very painful. It hurts so bad. Slowly my tears flowed down on my cheeks as my heart ached painfully. I never thought this would happen, and the worst is it happened on the exact day the two of us met. Of the many scenarios that entered my mind, this was the most I did not expect.
Mate,
I managed to whisper, feeling my insides slowly falling apart. He seemed taken aback by what I said and looked around as if he was looking for something, or more like someone. The woman next to him looked at him in confusion, maybe wondering why he stopped, but he ignored that. When his gaze landed on my miserable look, he was slightly taken aback, and his chocolate brown eyes widened. I felt our mate bond growing stronger as seconds passed by, that we were close to each other. But instead of being happy, I was even more hurt because of the woman next to him and currently kissing his neck. My knees are shaking, my whole body is feeling so weak because of what I have witnessed and currently witnessing. The woman next to him seemed annoyed because he didn't respond to her kisses, so she looked at what he was looking at. The woman's eyes widened and she looked at my body from top to bottom. A look of disgust was written all over her face as she looked at me. Then she spoke.
What are you looking at there, bitch? Don't you know that it's bad to look at people who are in a higher position than you? Do you even know me? I'm the future Lunar of this pack, so learn to respect me if you don't want to be punished.
She growled at me. Lunar? She is the future Lunar. Shouldn't I be the one who would be the future Lunar of this pack, because I am Max's mate?
What? Are you listening?
I didn't listen to her and just stared at my mate, who had been quiet and stiff since he saw me. You're... my... I gulped, feeling breathless. Cheryl, babe, go to my office. We'll finish this there. The girl, whom I learned is Cheryl, hesitated but soon nodded her head and left, but not before glaring daggers at me. But I don't care about her anymore. All I want is an explanation for what I just saw from my mate. Going to finish it, huh? I asked, while looking at him with sadness and pain. He rolled his eyes. It was as if my heart was breaking even more by his lack of sympathy and care for me. Look, Hope, I chuckled bitterly. I'm surprised that you still know my name, I said. Max and I have been best friends since we were young. Dad used to take me with him whenever he had a meeting with Alpha David, Max's father. Max was always there, so we met. We soon became best friends, but all of the memories we shared were forgotten when he left and went to Southern Alpha Academy. He left when he was 18. We have been best friends for 15 years, Asher, Max, Nathan, Blake, and I, the 4 of us. They used to make fun of Max and I. They would always tease Max and me because they believed that we will be mates when we turned 18, and they seemed to be right about it. But this is not what I expected to happen. Max, we're mates, I said with a calm voice. I wiped away my tears that were already drying up and looked dimly at him. My forehead furrowed as he shook his head. No, that's not possible, Hope. I've already made a choice before, and that's Cheryl. She's an Alpha's daughter, and she's been my girlfriend for 2 years. I'll be able to make this pack grow better if she's my Lunar, and her father's pack would also be our ally.
But I'm your mate. It should be me, Max, and not her. We've been friends since we were kids. For 15 years, Max. We were there for each other.
You don't understand, Hope. This pack is falling apart, and I have no choice but to make her my Luna. If I choose you, I won't get anything. You're just a lowly Omega. You also don't know how to run this pack. So if I'll make you my Luna, this pack will only fall apart, Hope. Please understand my reasons.
What he said kept ringing in my head. I never thought that it's going to be this painful when your own mate tells you face to face that you are basically worthless, and because of that, he has no other choice but to choose another that's more worthy. And that sucks. I can no longer speak, and also because of the fact that I have nothing left to say. All I could do was stare at his face. Sharp chin, sharp nose, chocolate brown eyes, and the lips. I don't know if I'm going to be disgusted, because only a minute were on the lips of a she-wolf. Even when we were young, there was no denying that Max was handsome, and it looks like he has become even more attractive now that he is older. Let's add our growing mate bond. The attraction was very strong, but so is the pain. I sniff. I didn't even realize that my eyes were dripping down again. So you're just going to reject me? I asked to his surprise.
What? He stuttered. Reject you? He asked incredulously. My chest hurts at the thought of him rejecting me. He didn't seem to be able to answer, and that added to the fear I was feeling. He's going to reject us, Eve, I told Eve, my wolf, feeling weak than I ever have been. Even though she knew that would happen, she's still denying it. But no, this can't happen, but I could do nothing about it. I feel like she doesn't agree with what I said. It's not that easy. Of all the werewolves here, you should be the one who understands me the most, Hope. We could die if we just let him go, she argues. She was right. It's hard to give up on something you've always wanted, and that's Max. I've been waiting and had longed for him, for my mate for so long. Everything was already planned. We would leave this pack and create a happy family together. So how and why did this happen? I then remembered what my father always reminded me every time I asked about my mother, that sometimes you have to give up on people. Everyone that is in your life is meant to be in your life, but not everyone is meant to stay there. Don't you freaking dare give up Hope, warned Eve. We can still convince him. I can feel his wolf fighting him. Show that we are worthy of him. I feel like she's fighting for control. She wants to show our mate that we're better than Cheryl. I found it even harder to control her. I have no other choice, Hope. I'm sorry, but I need to do this, Max said with no emotion as Eve howled in protest, fear and pain. You've got to do something, Hope. He's going to reject us, Eve panicked.
Max,
I whispered. You're not like this, Hope. We don't stand down, we fight.
Max, please don't,
I plead with tears brimming in my eyes. With no remorse, he opened his mouth.
No, don't do this, please.
But to no avail, he continued. I, Max Hayden, future alpha of the Lunar Moon Pack,